Shabbat Shalom, Bar Mitzvah. Our Bar Mitzvah has come back. I love that. Well, I didn't know how sunny it was going to be, so don't worry about it. You can sit any way you want as the sun moves you. Well, walk around. Oh, it's a beautiful spot to walk around. Look who's here. Oh my goodness. Well, nice people. Make yourself at home. In person? All right. The thing is, very smart. Secondly, she's not destitute, but she's not rich, but she has a roof over her head. She has a car. She has doctors, physical therapists. I mean, she's, you know what I'm saying? Hey, who is here today? Oh my goodness, Shabbat Shalom. Rabbi, you're going to come up here and help us all, I hope and pray. No, I know you will. You're going to be the greatest. If I knew you were coming, well, I'm here. Glad you're here. Hey, Dr. Joe. How are you, Joe Dover? Just gave you an honorary doctorate, of course. You deserve it.
I accept that.
Give him a kingship. Oh, my goodness. We have kids here today, too. Unbelievable. Love that. You know what the name of the game is here? Temple B'nai Torah. For those of you who are remote, I hope you can hear and see, and I hope that you are, the ones who are here in person can hear and see. If there any time that we cannot, you let us know. We're so happy to be here on this beautiful Shabbat morning. Not going to say too much. It's going to be a little bit of shorter service, but it's going to be a very meaningful service because you're going to participate. If you are going to read, if you want to read, know two things. You're being live streamed to the world, and you're being archived. So if you have any outstanding warrants, you might not want to go read, but it's on the internet. And when it's on the internet forever. So it's permanent. Now, we have Shabbat. As you know, in my day, 10:30, start on time. Hine ma tohu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tohu manayim, shevet achim gam yachod. Hine ma tohu shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tohu shevet achiot gam yachad. Hine ma tohu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tohu manayim, shevet achiot gam. All right. Who would like to come and read on page 66 in the top of the page? If you want, come up. That's the only way I can know to do it. As a matter of fact, the only thing is you have to come up because the only way they can hear you if you come up. All right, come on up. Abby, you want to come up? Ellen, you want to come? Ellen. All right, Ellen, come on up. Page 66 in the Siddur that we have. Anywhere. I think probably over here is probably better. I don't care.
Each of us enters this sanctuary with a different need. Some hearts are full of peace and gratitude, overflowing with love and joy. They are eager to confront the day to make the world a better place. They are recovering from illness or have escaped misfortune. We rejoice with them. Some hearts ache with sorrow. Disappointments weigh heavily on them. Families have been broken. Loved ones lie on a bed of pain. Death has taken a cherished loved one. May our presence and caring bring them comfort. Some hearts are embittered. Ideals are betrayed and mocked. Answers sought in vain. Life has lost its meaning and value. May the knowledge that we too are searching restore our hope and renew our faith.
Beautiful. Such a great thing to have people participate. Now, I know that on the second Shabbat we have lay-led service, but this is, Temple B'nai Torah is a democratic, inclusive community. So we want to be as inclusive as possible. I might not know your name, so if you're a volunteer, I might not be able to say your name, but I'll just point to you. How about page 69? Do we have a volunteer to read 69? That could be a kid, too. Anybody could read 69. Go ahead. Come on, Molly.
Either you will go through this door or you'll not go through. If you go through, there is always the risk of remembering your name. Things look at you doubly, and you must look back and let them happen. If you do not go through, it is possible to live worthily, to maintain your attitudes, to hold your position, to die bravely. But much will blind you, much will evade you. At what cost? Who knows? The door itself makes no promises. It is only a door.
Today we entered the door to go outside into our outdoor sanctuary. I love that. That is truly an amazing thing. All right, well, page 74. We're going to sing just the first verse of Ma Tovu. Page 74. Ma Tovu Ohalecha Yaakov Mishkanotecha Yisrael Ma Tovu Ohalecha Yaakov Mishkanotecha Yisrael. How about some reading on page number 75? Again, you have to come up to read. Joseph.
May the one whose spirit is with us in every righteous deed be with all who work for the good of humanity and bear the burden of others, and who give bread to the hungry, who clothe the naked, and take the friendless into their homes. May the work of their hands endure, and may the seed they sow bring abundant harvest.
Now that we've kind of settled into our Shabbat service, let's turn around and wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom. Say hello if you don't know a name. Introduce yourself. Say, wave to the people in the camera that make sure they feel welcome. Hello, hello, hello. We got our Kiddush. All right. Prayer for our health, so important. I love the ones on the right are the more traditional, the ones on the left are more interpretive. I like the one on page number 77 in the middle of the page, Don't Let Me Fall. Would someone like to read Don't Let Me Fall? Go ahead, please.
Don't let me fall as a stone falls upon the hard ground, and don't let my hands become dry as the twigs of a tree when the wind beats down the last leaves. And when the storm raises dust from the earth with anger and howling, don't let me fall. I have asked for so much, but as a blade of your grass in a distant wild field lets a drop of seed in the lap of the earth and dies away, sow in me your living breath as you sow a seed in the earth. Baruch atah Adonai rofecho basar umafli la'asot.
We trust and pray that everyone is feeling well, but we all have ailments, and we hope that they will be healed. Later on, we'll say a formal healing prayer. Let's sing together on page 78, just the top of the page. Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehorahi, Atavarata, Atayatsata, Atanefakta bi, Vata Meshamra, Meshamra Birkirbi, Elohai, Elohai, Neshama, Shenatata bi Tehorahi. I like the one on the middle of page 79. It's short and sweet. It has the Hatimah. Who would want to come and read it? Hatimah is the Hebrew verse at the end. Anybody want to come? Go ahead, Roger. Page 79 in the middle. But you have to come up. You have to come up. You have to come up. Yes, you do.
My soul came to me pure, drawn from the reservoir of the holy. All the time it remains within me, I am thankful for its thirst, for compassion and justice. Let my eyes behold the beauty of all creatures. Let my hands know the privilege of righteous deeds. Baruch atah Adonai, asher b'yado nefesh kol hai, v'rek kol basara.
Love it. Love it. I really love this. All right. Sometimes it's nice to read in unison all together. That's always a nice part of our service. So, let us read together at the top of page 81. I can stay the tears of others if I can see myself as diminished of their sorrows. I can hasten time when everyone will be able to rejoice in freedom. And if I see myself as the companion of those fighting against oppression, I can honor the struggle of people everywhere to gain dignity and deliverance from bondage. When I look at myself in the mirror, who will I see? That's a beautiful passage. By the way, as I've often said, if you ever want to know, not now, but if you want to know who wrote these original prayers on the left side of the page, they're all listed in the back. Don't go there now, but if you want to find out who it is, a lot of those people are still with us. I love this one. On page number 83 at the top, I love this. Who's going to read that great prayer with the Hatimah? We'll all read the Hatimah together, so don't worry about that. Anyone on 83? All right, Mr. Martin Seelig, page 83.
As I awaken, lest this be my thought, may my day be filled with acts of loving kindness. Let me be drawn to the learning and discernment, and may my actions be shaped by mitzvot. Keep from me iniquity, disgrace, and sin. May I not be overwhelmed by temptation or despair. Distance me from the evil people and false friends. Let me cultivate a life of goodness. May my hands reach out in kindness, and I will serve God through acts of righteousness. Today and every day, may I merit your mercy by living my life with compassion and love. Holy One of blessing, draw me to your words. Teach me the art of sacred living. Baruch atah Adonai, habomer ma'aseh tova lo Yisrael. Amen.
Beautiful. These are all the introductory prayers before we get to the Baruch Hu. These are great prayers, by the way. Let's say the prayer together for study of Torah, because that's certainly what we're going to be doing today. Top of 86, we'll just read it in Hebrew and in English. Top of 86. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. And the words that we often engage with are the words that are taken from the Mishnah and also from the Talmud. If you see on page number 88, Elu Devarim from Mishnah Peah, Shadam Ochel from the Talmud, Shabbat. We always like to sing this one. So let's see if we can. Page number 88. Elu Devarim she'ein lahem shiur. Elu Devarim she'ein lahem shiur. Elu Devarim she'ein lahem shiur. Ve'elu hem. Kibud avaim. Ugmilut hasadim. V'hashkamat beit hamidrash shacharit ve'arvit. Elu devarim she'ein lahem shiur. Elu devarim she'ein lahem shiur. Elu devarim she'ein lahem shiur. Ve'elu. Go to the middle. V'haknasat orchim. Uvikur holim. V'haknasat kala. Uvayat hamet. Ve'iyun tfilah, ve'iyun tfilah, v'hava'at shalom, bein adam l'chavero. Just go to the last line. V'talmud Torah kuneged kulam, v'talmud Torah kuneged kulam, v'talmud Torah kuneged kulam. Top. Elu devarim she'en lahem shiur. Devarim she'en lahem shiur. Elu devarim she'en lahem shiur. Ve'elu hen. Last reading for the introductory prayers will be the translation on page number 88. Who would like to come and read on page 88? If you haven't read, anybody? All right, Arnold, come on. Arnie, come on up. Please come.
These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study, morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all.
And reminding us of that last line, V'Talmud Torah Keneged Kulam. The study of Torah is the most important mitzvah because it leads to all the other mitzvot. And we want to give encouragement and affirmation for those who come and study Torah. And that's going to be that's a regular thing, is it not, Amy? Every week, without fail. What time do you gather? 9 o'clock. So if you haven't taken advantage of that mitzvah to come on Shabbat morning, and for those who are remote, it is also able to study Torah remotely through the miracle of the internet. Is that through a Zoom or is that through YouTube? That's Zoom. And how do they get on that Zoom? Website, Torah study, Zoom, 9 o'clock Shabbat morning. Kol HaKavod, for those who participate in Torah study. And we'll get a little more Torah study later on. We actually read from the Torah. So we're doing well. Well, before we enter into the actual formal service, I'd introduce myself to maybe the people out there, Rabbi Jim Morrell, Rabbi Emeritus, and a little story. How many of you were part of B'nai Torah in the year 1985? All right, 1985. Well, that is when I came to Temple B'nai Torah, ancient history. And at that time, it was a small congregation, maybe 40 families, good-hearted people, wonderful people. Cantor was there. It was a great congregation. But it was small. And they said, we come and study. We have our Shabbat morning service the first Saturday of every month. And I said, that is what you did. But from now on, we're going to do it every Shabbat morning. And we have done that without fail for about 2,000 Shabbat morning service, just like this, without fail, every Saturday morning. So that's a good thing to keep going indefinitely into the future. Of those 2,000 services since 1985, about 1,000 of them, we've had a bar, a bat mitzvah, sometimes 13, sometimes 83. And those are always great. But it is a congregational service. If the bar mitzvah is part of the service, not a bar mitzvah service, it's a Shabbat service. And the other 1,000 have been like this, where we gather. Could be 10, 20, 30, 40. So let's keep that tradition going for a long time to come, every Shabbat morning. And then at some point along the way, pretty much around that time, studying Torah as well. Study Torah, pray together, eat. Can't be better than that, right? We thank the people who brought the lunch today. We're going to the formal service. I'd say it's going to be a little shorter today, but it's going to be nice. Let's stand up. Let's take a little energy. If you're able, even at home, stand up. On page 108. 108. Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, 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 lie. Yai, lie, 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 yai. Die, yai, da, die, 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 die. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Let's be seated now. We'll do a little bit of the Shema V'Chotecha. Who would like to read in the middle of page 111? I want everybody to have a chance. Who wants to? No pressure. Never any pressure. All right. Take your time, Elizabeth. Come on up here. 111. Take your time. Yeah.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat, you can just do it from here. See
Oh,
that? Or you
okay,
wanna do it
yeah, I can.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. You are praised with rolls out the rough, raw day of the universe into delicate vessels of light. And from nothing at all, we could perceive in a world that has turned old, a shimmering new creation right before our eyes, made this moment just for us. How much of life reveals your presence? How much Torah unfolds from each new flower, from each new wave that breaks upon the sea? You are praised, who forms from the clay that cloaks our lives, the delicate vessels which contain our light.
Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer HaMa'orot. I love that.
Thank you.
Well, that's just great
Yeah.
that you did that.
Okay.
Elizabeth Knopf. We've been friends for 50 years. And wonderful person. Just great. All right. A nice reading in the middle of page 113. Do we have another volunteer? Or same volunteer, somebody else? Do it again. This will be the last one for a while. So this is your only last chance. Come on up. Remind me of your name. Oh, yes, good person. 113. You can read from my book, man. Say in the microphone. There you go.
Love your neighbor as yourself, you said. And light blinded we saw that inner and outer worlds are one as you are one. You spoke and we wrote. We reached for you down the centuries. Your light moving before us as we climbed, fell back and climbed again. Your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai habocher ba'amor Yisrael ba'ahava.
That's great. All right, now everyone has to remind me, what's our minhag now? We sitting or standing for the Shema? Sitting. All right, we'll stick with that. Let's stay there. I like that. I like that. Wherever you are, stay where you are, right? And you can cover your eyes, whatever. It's important. Main thing is kavanah. Shema on page 114. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. That is from this week's Torah portion. As is a continuation of the Shema, at least the first paragraph on page 116. So we're kind of focusing on the Torah portion of Et Hanan. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta ba'am בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם המזות ביתך וביש. We'll just continue on. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, הייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Amen. Let's move along. We're going to sing Mi Chamocha. Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. We're on page number 122. Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha nehedar ba'kodesh, Nora tehilot oseh fele, Nora tehilot oseh fele. We'll go down to Sur Yisrael. Sur Yisrael, Kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, Ufdechenu mecha, Yehuda ve'Yisrael, Go aleinu Adonai tzvaot shemo, Kadosh Yisrael, Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Turn the page. Tefillah. Adonai sefatai tiftah, fi yagi tehillateh, Ad. Open up my lips. Continue, next page. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Rachel Elohei Leah, El Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Hasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevii Gula Livnei B'neihem, Man Shemo Bi. Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah, Magen Avraham V'Yezra. Turn the page. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeha Kol Atah Rab Lehoshia, Morid Atah, Mechachel Hayim B'Ches, Mechayeha Kol Berach. Somek noflim v'rofei cholim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunat, lishenei yafa, michamoka bal gevurot, umido mehala, melech meimit umecha, umas miak Yeshua, V'nemanata lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai mechayeha. Turn the page. Nikadesh et shemcha ba'olam, kashem shemakti shimo oto b'shmei maron, kakatuv aya neviacha, v'kara zel ze v'amar, kadosh, 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 Adonai Sevaot, Melech haaretz kevodo. Adir Adirenu Adonai, Adonenu ma'adir shimcha bechol haaretz. Baruch kevod Adonai mimkomo. Atahu Eloheinu, Hu Avinu Hu Malkeinu, Hu Moshienu v'Hu Yashmienu, Mavle'enei Kol Chai, Ahani Adonai Elohechem, Yimlok Adonai Leolam, Elohai Yikzion, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גואלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. Remain standing and pray the rest of the tefillah at your own pace through the end of the tefillah, and then we'll continue on. Ose shalom bimramav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Remain standing. Who's going to come up and hold the Torah for us today? Who's going to hold our Torah and walk with the Torah? All right, Molly, you want to do it? Or Robin, who's going to do it? You guys can do it together. Let's do page 246, continuing. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, udevar Adonai mirushalayim. 248. Baruch shenatan Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah, Lamo Yisrael. Begadushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh. Gadlul Adonai iti, Uneroma Shamo Yakda. Lecha Adonai Hagedula V'Hagevura V'Hatiferet V'Hanetzach V'Hahod Ki Chol Bashamayim Uvaretz Ki Chol Bashamayim Uvaretz Lecha Adonai Hamlacha V'Amid Naseh Lechosh. Page 249. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omer. Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Al Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam Omer. Al HaTorah, V'al HaAvodah, V'al HaMilut Chasadim. Al HaTorah, V'al HaAvodah, V'al Gemilut Chasadim. Put the Torah on the table, and we're seated now. Before we read the Torah today, let us have prayer for healing. A special prayer of Mishabera. Today we honor those who are going through a difficult time and need healing. Osriel Early, Rohan Early, Orly Searsman, Amy Thornton, Laura Armstrong, Stacy Hetzel, Diane Turner, Jacqueline Tara Smith, Deborah Rose, Eileen Kriesman, Ronnie Haber, Carlene Ackerman, Radim Barzam, Jill Forleo, Ellen Gottlieb, Marlene Brock, Vanessa Bianco, John Lang, Jake Sani, Paul McCready, Janelle Cohen, Glenn Letts, Jesse Early, Andrea Gurvich, Joni Michaels, Heidi Nyman, Carl Wilhite, Trudy Hendrickson, Ginny Gaston, David Seligman, Cindy Balin, Daniel Kaplan, Kathy Smith, Janine Drebin, and Susan Kendall. To the names we have on our official Misha Barak list, we send our prayers out to them. Maybe some of them are listening today. Our hearts are with you. Does anybody want to add some other names? Please. Thank you. We invite the people who are listening from home to add the names that you have of people that are in need of healing. And we're going to say a prayer for them today, a prayer for healing. So let us look at our prayer book and figure out where that prayer is. 254? 254. I don't know about that. Where is it? 253. Oh, yeah, there it is. All right. Let us pray together. Misha Barak. Misha Barak Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Be'era Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'avote. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We're very, very happy and very honored that Robin Lotnick has been preparing the Torah for this day. Ve'et Hanan, if you have the Torah commentary book, it's found on page 1188, the portion for Et Hanan, the book of Deuteronomy. This is the first of the 7 Shabbatot, 1188, 1188. This is the first of the 7 weeks of the Nechemta, the comforting portions of the Haftarah for the 7 weeks leading up to Rosh Hashanah. So this is the first one. This is called Shabbat Nachamu. But this portion of the Torah is a beautiful portion. She's going to be reading on 1188, beginning with chapter 4, verses 1 through 4. And it's a beautiful passage. Now, you have to remember, the book of Deuteronomy, Devarim, is Moses speaking to the people. Moses' own words, as captured in the Torah. And he tells the people what they must do and what they must expect and what they must do not only now as they approach the land of Israel, but what they must do for all future times. All of the basic laws, but values of the Torah are found in the book of Deuteronomy. The second the second version of the Ten Commandments, the Shema, the V'ahavta, all of them. Isn't that amazing? And this is a beautiful thing that he says right here with the word V'ata. Ata usually means you, but with an I in it means now. Now, O Israel, give heed to the laws and the rules that I, Moses, this is I, am instructing you to observe, so that you may live to enter and occupy the land that the eternal God of your fathers is giving you. And you shall not add anything to what I command or take away anything from it, but keep the mitzvot of the eternal your God that I enjoin upon you. And he goes reminding them, you saw with your own eyes what the Eternal did in the matter of Baal Peor. The Eternal God wiped out from among you every person who followed the idolatry, that the false god, while you who held fast to the Eternal your God are all alive today. Hayim kulchem hayom. And that'll be the last line you say. Now, we asked our wonderful friend Robin to come up to the Torah. And we're going to invite anyone who would like to see the Torah and to stand with Robin and help her just by your energy to come up to the Torah. Because coming up to the Torah is a beautiful thing. Whether you're age of bar mitzvah or before or after, it doesn't really matter. But bring your prayer book with you if you come up. There is also, right next to Robin, the bracha. If anybody wants to see the Torah, this is a great time to see the Torah. So let's do it. If you want to, don't be shy. You'll be able to see the Torah, you hear the Torah, and follow the Torah. The rest of us have our books, 1188, chapter 4 of the book of Deuteronomy, verse 1 through 4. Let's do the bracha together. The bracha is on page 250. Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach. Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam. We'll go on. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch ata Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
Amen. Ve'ata Yisrael, Shema el hahukim ve'el hamishpatim, asher anochi melamed etchem la'asot leman tahiyu v'natem yirishtem et haaretz asher Adonai Elohei avotecha Elohei avotechem noten lachem lo tosifu lo tisufu al hadavar asher anochi mitzaveh etchem velo tigru mimenu lishmor et mitzvot Adonai Elohechem asher anochi mitzavecha etchem einechem harot et asher asa Adonai beva'al pa'or ki kol ha'ish asher halach aharei ba'al pa'or Hishmido Adonai Elohecha Mikir Becha Ve'atam Hadvekim Ba Adonai Elohechem Chaim Kulchem Hayom.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Yasher koach. I don't know, Arnie, if somebody want to lift up that Torah for us on page number 252. Vezot HaTorah asher asa Moshe livnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai beyad Moshe. Yai dai dai dam, yai dai 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 da, yai dai 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 dai, yai dai dai dam, yai dai 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 dam, yai dai 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 da, dam, yai dai 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 da, yai dai 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 da, dai dai dam. Die, 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 die. Page 256 at the bottom. Eitz chayim hi lemachazikim ba v'tomecha meushar deracheha Darchei Noam v'kol netivotecha shalom Hashivenu Adonai Eilecha v'nashuva Hadesh Amenu Hadesh Amenu Keke. Let's read on the next page, 257 in the middle, together. God's Torah is perfect, reviving the soul. God's teaching is sure, making wise the simple. God's precepts are right, delighting the mind. God's mitzvot are clear, giving light to the eyes. God's word is pure, enduring forever. God's judgments are true and altogether just. Let's be seated. Wow, that was so great. You know, I love that. Of course, you know, I have to say, I give a lot of credit to Robin, because if I was going to read the Torah portion today, I would have just taken the Via Haftarah, because right there, I already know it. But you learn a new section of the Torah, which is great, right? Oh, my gosh. I love that. It's a great portion. And I know you've been studying the Torah portion, those who were studying before. So we have a time for a very, very brief discussion of the Torah. And I turn to the people who we're talking about it today, this morning. And was there anything in the parasha that you discussed that you feel is worthy of reiterating here today in our service that everyone should know about? Amy. Well, we're all going to answer this question. This is the question. The answer is going to be given by all of us. What is the question? Well, it's a very, very good question. The rhythm of the year. Because, Wednesday night and Thursday, we were fasting, we were praying, we were reading the Lamentations, and now here we are on the next day, really, Shabbat, and we move to a whole different point of view. So that's a really good question. It's definitely by design. It's definitely by design because, without exception, as soon as Tisha B'Av is over, we change a whole mindset. And the next Torah portion is always this Torah portion. Always. So it moves from one place to the next seamlessly. And then the Torah and the Haftarah portion, I'm not going to have a chance to read it today, but it's a 7 blessing Haftarot of comfort. But the point is well taken. The Elchanan, this portion of the Torah, the whole book of Deuteronomy, is a reminder that we have obligations. And not simply comfort, but obligations. And that's why Moses is very clear. Now, Moses is Moses. The Torah is the Torah. And we have to really think about it. So I gave you kind of the technical answer that it is inevitable. Tisha B'Av et Hanan Nachamu. Go hand in hand. One to the next. It might not be so close from Thursday to Friday night, but still that week. Anybody want to add to that? Please. Exactly. It's the way it goes. Very, very heavy fasting day, and then before you know it, your joy. So the balance, right? Challenge, sorrow, joy. Yes.
I look at it as going from looking back in sorrow, heading into Elul, which prepares us for new beginnings.
Yes.
So at the same time we're looking back and remembering, we also need to remember, we need to look forward.
Yeah.
And see what's prepared for the new year.
Now it's true that the 9th of Av, we're not quite in Elul yet, but we're in the 7 weeks. Yeah, the moon was beautiful last night. It was just a beautiful moon. But it was with the 11th day of Av. We got a few more days, a few more weeks. But the 7 weeks lead us in. And Elul is not a joyous time. It's a time of teshuvah, of selichot, right? Balance, new year. It's a kind of an interesting thing. We have to go ups and downs of life. That's the message. We have a lot of ups and a lot of downs. We hope for the ups. We have to figure out how to deal with the downs. And that's what we're trying to do. So the Torah is a good guide. I love Moses, what he says. This portion begins with saying, I wanted to go to the Holy Land. I want to go to Eretz Israel. He's telling the story. God said, no, you cannot go. He tells the story right at the beginning. Fascinating. And then, of course, we have the 10 Commandments reiterated. Not verbatim, but very close to the original. And, of course, the debate is, why is it a little bit different from Exodus to Deuteronomy? Well, things that you've always been talking about. So this is what the Torah studies is so important. You can't do it al regel achat. You can't do it in 1 foot. But if you come at 9 o'clock on Shabbat morning, you have a good hour or a little bit more to really delve into it. So my friends, let's be grateful for Robin, for all of us, for all of our friends, and all of our times. It's very interesting. Every service, for hundreds of years, maybe thousands, but at least hundreds of years, every service ends with memorial, remembering, right? That's amazing. I don't think there's any other religion that has that. Every service, we say the Kaddish, Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. So let's join in the Aleinu. Where's on page 282? Which Elena do we do, Joe? 283. That one we do? All right. I don't know if I know it, but let's try it. Let's rise. 283. Let's all do it together. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol latet gdula yoseh breshit shehu samkal kenu yaked et shemo v'gohor aleinu lahamlik malchuto v'anachnu koreim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech Kadosh Baruch Hu v'nemar v'hayan l'melech al kol ha'aretz v'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. Let's be seated now for a few moments. Today, as we do each time, remember our loved ones. We have a list of people whose yahrzeit has occurred during this past week or in the days to come. Some of you are here specifically to remember a loved one, which is a beautiful mitzvah, as I am as well, because my mother's yahrzeit is on Monday night. So I do keep the Hebrew date of her passing. So I'm going to read the names. These are the yahrzeits, and then add additional ones. If you hear the name of your loved one, please rise. Florence Cohen, Jack Dominitz, Stuart Dugason, Donald Arthur Friedman, Ernest Goldstein, Pauline Hecht, Jean Ray Hurwitz, Carl S. Miller, Norman Nyman, Joseph Patrick, Elise Patashnik, Marion Prosso, Michael Spruill, Joan Greenberg. Anyone would like to add some names, a name or two? And people at home also say the names at home. With the memory of all of them near and dear, those who have passed recently and those in years gone by, let's all turn 294, rise for the Kaddish. Let us say the Kaddish together slowly, with feeling. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabba v'olma divira chirute v'amlik malchute v'chayechon v'yomechon u'v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael v'galav v'zman koriv v'imru amen Yehei shemei rabba mevorak le'olam omei maya Yit barak v'yishtabach v'yit pa'ar v'yit romam v'yit naseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekucha berichu le'olam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram b'yalma v'yimru amen Yehei shalom rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru Oseh shalom b'mramav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael. Imru. Amen. May God, source of peace, and peace to all who are mourning, all who are experiencing loss, and all who are remembering loved ones from days gone by. Amen. Let's remain standing. Let's remain standing because we're going to say the Kiddush, Motzi, and I hope you'll stay. Who are the great people who provided the wonderful meal today? Donna Blankenship? Susan Garney? Goldstein? Oh my goodness. I know it'll be a great meal. I cannot be able to stay. I have to visit someone who's going through a loss, but you know that I'll be always with you. It's a great honor to be here. Great honor. And thank you, Rabbi Mali in absentia. Rabbi Nematov in absentia for inviting me. Rabbi, come on up for here, dear friend. You haven't done one thing yet. Isn't that right?
I've managed to be very well.
Well, we don't do. Let's start with the Shamru and then do the Kiddush. Ready? Go ahead.
We're to do Vishamru first?
I mean, right? Don't we usually do that before?
I don't know. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lemikraye kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta im kohamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Chaim.
Love that. How about if all the kids come up? All the kids. Hold the challah. There we go. All the kids. Let's see if you remember. Hamotzi lachem min haaretz. We
Give thanks for bread. The roots is sun and the chorus. That is not be said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'motzi lechem haaretz v'te'avon.
Spread around, throw in the challah. And then spread around to the adults. Let's all wish each other Shabbat Shalom. And turn around to the camera and wish the people Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Have a wonderful Shabbat. Oh, thank you, my friend. Very kind. Pass it around. Thank you, Abby. Great to see you. You're great. Love you. Love seeing you.
Love seeing you too. You gotta run, huh?
I gotta run, but keep in touch with me. Do you have my email?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do in the fall? What are you doing in the fall?